A lot of good news came out for Dogecoin today, but there's one thing we need to be careful of. So, let's talk a bit more about it. Before we go any further, please keep in mind that we're giving away $500 to a random subscriber. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment on your favorite crypto. Read our description for more info about it. Now, let's get started with today's video. So, Doge and other cryptos rose today for two major reasons. Evergrand was able to reach an arrangement with bondholders and avoid officially defaulting on its commitments. And then the Chinese central bank injected $18.6 billion into the banking system to help them. Also, many Western financial titans, notably HSBC and BlackRock, purchased the majority of Evergrand debt. The second reason was that Chairman of the Federal Reserve in the United States, Jerome Powell, stated that the central bank intends to maintain its current pace of monthly bond purchases for the foreseeable future. And he also hinted that interest rates might rise as soon as 2022. Now, while all this sounds really bullish, we still need to be a bit more careful. Some of the major Evergrand shareholders in China want to dump their whole stake. Despite Evergrand's $3 share price, Chinese estates sold almost 109 million in Evergrand shares yesterday. The point is that it might just be too early to celebrate, so we'll have to wait a bit more to see exactly how this plays out. Also, before we move forward, I just want to remind you to smash the like button if you're enjoying these updates. Moving on, let's talk about some really bullish news for Dogecoin. Red Swan, a commercial real estate tokenization platform, said on Wednesday that it will accept Dogecoin for 2 digital real estate transactions on its marketplace. The company is selling fractional ownership in 2 high-rise residential complexes valued a total of $384 million. Its CEO said that Dogecoin is on the verge of shifting from a meme coin to real institutional and transactional use cases. It also says here that the 2 digital real estate projects require a $1,000 minimum investment, which is about 4,400 Doge. They promise a yearly targeted investor internal rate of returns of 26% and 19%, so you could definitely check them out. Still, something you need to know is that according to BitInfo charts, the number of daily Doge transactions has fallen to 18,000 for the first time in 4 years. It says that Doge's price and market cap reflect the absence of on-chain activity, with the price falling 69% from its all-time high of 73 cents. The daily transaction rate is a key on-chain indicator that shows the blockchain's usage. Still, this is not the time to look at where we're right now, but where Doge is most probably going to be, on the basis of all the new data that's coming out. Let's talk about Bitcoin for a minute, since Doge is clearly following its trajectory right now. So, today's Bitcoin price analysis is optimistic, as another drop below 41K resulted in a robust rejection of further decline. Overall, the Bitcoin price action shows that the bears have run out of options. As a result, we expect Bitcoin to reverse and begin heading back towards the prior support level of 44K, which could lead to the additional upside later this month. Now, let's talk about why Bitcoin is staying above 40K. The 40K plus area has long been seen as a critical psychological milestone for the Bitcoin price. Since the beginning of 2020, its price has been at or over 40K for 155 days, or 36% of the time. Since all 155 of the 155 days occurred in 2021, the price has been at or over 40K on 59% of this year's days. Currently, 21.8% of supply is at or above the closing price level, indicating a substantial amount of interest in Bitcoin trading at a higher price range. On the other hand, 19.4% of supply is over 20K and below the closing price, with solid support in the 31K to 43K area. Currently, above 40K, around 25% of the Bitcoin supply exists. Moving on, Mike Novogratz, the CEO of Galaxy Digital, said that business interest in Bitcoin and Ethereum has never been stronger. According to him, despite the fact that crypto markets have recently had an ugly period, institutional interest is obviously increasing. He said that, "We had 40K Bitcoin and 2.8K ETH on hand. People should keep an eye on these levels because as long as they hold, the market is in a very excellent position. I've seen nothing but engagement and action from our corporate and investment clients." The degree of investigation in business has never been greater. We're seeing a lot of cash pouring into the industry, both privately and publicly. I'm not worried. Moving on, let's talk about a really bullish from institutional investors. One River Digital, a crypto-focused hedge fund with exposure to Bitcoin and Ethereum, has concluded its first financing round. Its president revealed that the company has secured $41 million in a series of fundraising rounds from investors, including Goldman Sachs and Coinbase Ventures. So, basically, institutions like Goldman Sachs are bullish on crypto again. And after the approval of the first crypto ETF, they're absolutely going to blow up. When asked when the BTC ETF may be approved, Mike McGlone said it could happen possibly by the end of October. And then there was the popular trader Lark Davis, who said that Bitcoin is still heading to 100K this year. Quarter 4 2013 and Quarter 4 2017 both witnessed 300% plus rallies. What would compel Bitcoin to do so again? It could be a Bitcoin ETF, which is being authorized in the United States. And another news for crypto ETF was that Investo has collaborated with Mike Novogratz's Galaxy Digital to create a suite of crypto-linked ETF. The firm stated that their goal was to create a complete suite of physically backed digital asset ETF. Notably, the objective is to get these items listed in the United States, a goal that their competitors have yet to achieve. And it's pretty good that's coming from Investo because over the previous 3 years, Investo's ETF and index division has more than quadrupled its assets under management to $471 billion. Now, let's talk about something alarming, which could also be seen as really bullish for cryptos. According to a Morning Consultant poll of 2,200 U.S. people, 45% of crypto holders said they would seek exposure to a digital asset if it was backed by a celebrity. This is alarming because people are buying into the ill-researched claims made by these celebs. But it's ultimately bullish because we're seeing a lot of celebs coming out in support of cryptos. Now, the poll also found that 3/4 of crypto investors would buy based on a family member or friend suggestion, and 81% said they would invest based on financial advisor advice. Coming back to celebs, Tom Brady is another one who's been really bullish on cryptos. He said that, "I'd love to request some crypto and get compensated in some Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana tokens." During his football career, Brady has made more than $250 million in NFL pay earnings alone. And this season, he is set to earn more than $40 million from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, I think it's great that we're seeing celebs come into crypto. There was another endorsement made by Kim Kardashian recently, which also increased crypto's popularity. Moving on, let's talk about some news for crypto regulation. As part of the overall government campaign to combat ransomware, the United States Department of Treasury has taken action against Bitcoin exchanges that are responsible for laundering ransoms. About this, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said that the Treasury will continue to crack down on bad actors. This will ultimately be good for cryptos like Doge. Recently, users on Bitcoinorg observed that the website was showing a pop-up message requesting that they transfer Bitcoin to a certain wallet. Also, the fraudsters promised to double the amount of money invested. According to reports, fraudsters have received 17.7K so far. When the attempted fraud was discovered, the website went into maintenance mode. They were asking people to participate in a giveaway event, which was being held to thank current members who have contributed to the site over the years. Coming back to regulation, Binance has been under a lot of scrutiny from regulators all around the world. Some nations and central banks, like the Dutch Central Bank, have accused it of non-compliance with financial regulations of supporting terrorism. And now, the Australian government has barred them from selling crypto futures and options on their market. As a result, traders will no longer be able to access such items through Binance. The government has also issued a warning to all citizens and residents who have invested in futures, options, or leverage tokens to liquidate their positions within 90 days. And this isn't the first time it's happening to Binance. The exchange stopped selling derivative trading services in Brazil last month. Prior to that, the Hong Kong government also ceased operations. And Binance also ceased crypto futures trading in a number of additional countries, including the Netherlands, Germany, and Italy. It has chosen to discontinue its services in some European countries too. Now, I hope that Binance comes in the clear again because we see a lot of Doge trading on it. I'm optimistic because it's recently made some changes in its personnel. Now, let's talk about some good news for Dogecoin and other cryptos. So, every transaction that exceeds $600 will result in an automated report to the IRS. Whether you pay your mortgage, have a medium-priced vehicle repair, or make a medium-sized copay for medical, the IRS will be notified immediately. Now, something like this is bound to make Doge more appealing to people in the US, which is pretty great. And this is it for today's video. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and sharing it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications for daily videos on Dogecoin and cryptocurrency. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. Goodbye. Take care.